There's so much stuff. Well, it's very real now. Everything's coming off. Let's lock up and go. Very sad.
Okay.
This is it. A few people are already aware, No Regrets is up for sale. We've had her now 6 years, a bit over 6 years. We've been Creek Liveaboard 5 years. It's time to move her on. We're very sad about it, but we do have more exciting news coming. It's not over. In a couple of weeks' time, we hope to have something up. But yeah, we have been asked a few times about a walkthrough, and we've never done it. So now she's all clean. We've got her all off. We've polished her up and taken all our junk off her, and she's quite empty and quite good. So we'll have a bit of a walkthrough and show our lovely boat. We have a full suite of B&G gear on the boat. We're very happy to have B&G. B&G is, a few people know, and a lot of our followers know, allow you to make satellite charts. So when we go into the coral reef, that's a real bonus. So yeah, we definitely want to keep with that. But yes, we have our two gauges, Triton display gauges, our new autopilot controller, which we've just had to replace. We also have our additional AIS alarm for the man overboard. So if you fall over, we have the MOB1. This activates an alarm that makes a very loud scream, wakes everybody up on the boat, and also activates things on the chart plotter for you to recover man overboard. So No Regrets is powered by two Yamaha YM30AE diesel engines with SD25 sail drives. We've done a bit over 2,000 hours on them now, but they're still like new. There's not a mark on them. They're clean. They're beautiful. So on the underside of our SD25s, we have gory 3-blade folding props with overdrive, so they invert on themselves, and you get the extra drive in reverse when you set them up by backing up. Haven't used that very often, but it is handy occasionally. So we have our Rayman water maker up here, our 240 volt pressure pump with our membranes down to the bottom down here. So our membranes are installed down here, so we can just dial up our pressure, and our diversion is just down here to go to the tank or to the bypass. And we have our manifold up here where we can select, we want fresh water from the tank, salt water from the through hole, or a click-on hose there to when we pickle the membrane. So yes, we have a full-size shower, complete stand-up, good headroom, and glass screens, so easy to clean, very well made. And then of course, if it's a rough sea, which we've never had to do, you got your seat to wash. We usually just hang on to the handles.
So we're on the starboard side, and this is all our storage area, which is pretty well a huge amount of area to have. Through to here, huge amounts. We've stored enough stuff that's taken us 6 carloads to unload, so well and truly overloaded. Bookshelves, electronics, whatever you want. This was out Chris's tool shed area. At the moment it's just the leftover storage bits and pieces. First aid cupboard. This is our master area. So we've got an island bed, which makes it we can both go up without having to climb over each other. We've got under storage under the bed.
And wave your hand.
And
no,
didn't go far enough.
Oh, I missed it.
So the light switch.
It's supposed to be motion activated. Might need a charge.
So there's storage up behind the door, which is more just a couple of lockers, which was my space. More storage and more storage, and this is hanging storage in here. So that's
with a light.
So yeah, hanging storage, which is pretty cool. So there's lockers under here. It's just there's a lot of space. You can carry a lot of stuff.
So the forward one at the front is actually quite deep.
Yeah, so this one is quite large. So you can get a fair bit of stuff.
So we also have dual fans. So both people have a fan in bed at night, not just one.
Electronics. Our electronics, which...
So we have our Master Volt 2200 watt 240 volt inverter charger, our 240 volt isolation breakers, and obviously our galvanizer, but our gen set with only 316 hours, so it hasn't done hardly any work in its lifetime because we have a very good solar system. And our 12 volt breaker board, we also have deck wash plumbed forward and back, so you can use it as a fish wash as well as anchor wash. We have a cell fire booster for 4G, 3G mobile phone reception, and obviously all the autopilot electronics and all the standard electrics. And we also have forward facing spotlights on the mast, so on our spreader lights pointing forward.
We had our lounge retrimmed. The fabric we had before, just after use, it just got a little bit dirty, so we had it refurbished. Probably it was 6 months ago.
We had it retrimmed, yeah.
So it's all retrimmed. It's beautiful. We've got 2 fans.
So the fabric is like new. There is no marks, no tears, no stretches. It is as new.
We've got 2 fans which we can face either way to blow on people just sitting around when it's a bit warm if we can't open the hatches. But also we've got air conditioning. So if we turn the fans, we can actually move the air a fair distance.
So our air conditioning controller is over here on the nav desk next to our weather station. We have a TV with the Fusion stereo, which is connected obviously to the 4-speaker sound system, so very good sound for watching TV. So Seawind have a very versatile saloon table. You can just pop the release, it spins to what I like to do as our eating mode. I like my table a bit closer to me. It also spins around.
Hang on, remember you're only meant to spin it one way.
Fingers clockwise. Into an open area so you can sit and walk all around your table. And of course it also comes back to where we were and drops at this position, and then this makes another queen size bed. So yes, it's very, very handy space.
So when we're at Passage, so where Chris is sitting was normally my bed.
As we've seen, your sleeping station.
My sleeping side.
And then I was sleeping over
and Chris has this extra long bed. So it worked. We got our groove.
Lots of storage under all these tubs. That's a mobile one. Next storage one. And under this tub we have all our 12 volt electric additional circuit breakers. We have our solar controllers. So we have 3 solar controllers. We have our roof and then each of our port and starboard rear solar panels, so we're never affected by shade. Behind our saloon seat we have our genset circuit breakers, safety and switches and isolators, our relays, and just below here we have 720 amp hour of lithium battery, so lots of power, which is why we cook with induction all the time. And, this saloon seat, which I won't lift up, is our 16,000 BTU air conditioner with our air vent under the seat here, pulling through and blowing out the top, as Joanne said earlier.
And this one here is just storage. So there's quite ample amount of storage.
And down into the galley.
So I've been really happy with Galley down on this boat because we wash once a day, leave a whole heap of stuff there and most people don't see it. I still feel like I'm part of the boat.
So this is the view from, I'm at the very end of the galley. So you are still part of people in the main saloon. You can still talk to them, see them, so they can see you, but your dishes are out of sight.
Yeah, right through to the helm, you can realistically see. We have our chest feed freezer, which is quite huge. It goes the whole distance of probably up to about here. Our new fridge that we replaced because I didn't like having a freezer compartment in the other one. So, and this one is huge. It's a massive depth and no freezer, which we found useless.
So this is a Vitra Frigo, 630 litre, but the difference between the isotherm is there's no compressor motor. So as Joanne said, both boxes go to the back and there is no concealed compressor at the top. The compressor is mounted behind the back of the unit. So you have a much larger fridge than the isotherm.
We went for the under cupboards, drawers.
Additional storage.
Additional storage, which they are really deep. A lot of stuff we can store in there.
I wasn't sure when we ordered them, but I will admit we use them every day.
Yeah, and this side we're able to get a microwave in. and use it.
So we have a microwave and obviously power in the cupboard.
Yeah, this has been fantastic on passages. Just quick and easy to reheat a meal.
Yeah. So Joe was very good, always cooked meals ready. We just reheated and 2-minute zap and you were fed. So we have
standard cooktop.
And the Eno oven.
Yeah,
gas oven.
It's a gas oven.
It's standard. We're not big fans, but they are what they are.
We prefer induction cooktop, which we use a portable one, which we've used for majority of the time on board.
So we would recommend getting another $50 one.
But reality is, this is our backup. So through to the guest cabin. Yeah, so the beds are different directions, so if you need to change directions because of the way you're rocking or the way that you're travelling, you can do so. We've never bothered, we've just rocked with it. Just
or we sleep on the lounge up above.
Yeah, so
you have.
There's storage under both of these. There's storage under here. And we've made this hanging cupboard into a shelf cupboard, so which became a pantry as such. This just needs re-gluing.
So we used it for our pantry while we were travelling.
Yeah, it was great for dry storage.
And we have the front head, pretty standard. Optioned again for electric quiet flush toilets. So we're in our starboard rear cabin.
Okay, so under here is our washing machine that Chris installed, which you've probably seen a video of that, which is fantastic. It's quite huge, quite large. It's 3.3 kilograms.
3.3 kilos, so it will hold a complete sheet set.
Yeah.
Pillowcases, quite a load.
And enough room for.
And we still have maintained our sail locker in here as well.
Yeah.
So that's our Genoa, which is our larger head sail in there, and we still have that room.
So this was Chris's spare parts cupboard, where you got your little bits and pieces that we've made into. It was a hanging piece. We just put shelving in, which just makes it easier to have containers holding all your nuts and bolts and whatever else. We don't like bugs. Chris doesn't like mozzies. It drives him crazy. So we've made bug screens that come down.
Just drop it.
And velcros to the base, which has been, we've used these so many times. It's been awesome. And most of the time we just leave them down. So this here goes all the way down. You can stick it down quickly. For now, just gives you an idea.
So we firmly believe everything has to have a home, not a cupboard to put in, and you never have storage for it.
So you can leave the doors open and have these, and then this one comes down, which you can leave in and out and zip up. So you can leave and have your breeze without the bugs coming in. The lazy way of rolling it, sitting down. But it doesn't take long to quickly roll them up, and having a home it makes life so much easier.
When you've got a home, it doesn't stay.
So
it's a midgie mesh. So
yeah.
It's a midgie mesh, so it's not just for mosquitoes, it's for sandflies and midgies, so you shouldn't get bitten at all.
Yeah, so that's from Bunnings in.
The screens for the front as well.
Yeah.
So we have a full cockpit enclosure. We have clears to a canvas with a kiwi window, to more clears with a privacy screen, come also ventilation right around. So when we sail and it's pouring with rain, we will drop it all down and we are completely dry, bar the little drip off the rope that comes through here, but that's very minimal. And it's common for us to be sailing, if it's cold and wet in the southern climates, in our Ugg boots. So that's how dry this area is. So yeah, it was quite a point of delight sailing with other people who were getting wet in their boats and we were dry. So we love the 1260 design. We've done an additional gas strut to our lids because they do sometimes blow if the wind's in wind on tide, so it always holds them up. But the barbecue is just fantastic. It just pops up and then you're set to go. And yeah, lovely cookout barbecue. Very, very happy with this design barbecue.
And then it just tucks away when you've had enough.
Clean it up, tuck it up, and still.
We like everything having a home. We use it when it's got a home.
So the other feature we love is our outdoor sink. So plums with only cold water out here, but that's all we've ever needed. So yeah, it's great for cleaning fish up here. Easy to be sitting standing and washing everything down the drain, and small storage beneath. One of the great things we love about a Seawind is the self-tacking jib. So what it does is that if we're on a tack and the sail's out here where the rope is currently, once you tack, it just flips over to the exact same angle with the same tension, so you can keep tacking the same angle. So if you're pointing high into the wind, no effort, you literally just turn the wheel. Absolute best feature ever. We often like it because it's easy to control in wild weather, but it's also very easy, lazy sailing. We've upgraded the anchor winch. We've upgraded to a newer cheetah. Super reliable, handy winch. We have 70 metres or 75 metres of 10mm and newly galvanised chain. We've just had that re-galvanised along with our Delta 20 kilo anchor. Our spare locker compartment. In here we have another spare 20 kilo Delta anchor with 50 metres of rope and about 3 or 4 metres of chain, 6 metres, I think 5 or 6 metres of chain on there as well. So, spare anchor, you do sometimes need it.
Yeah, still going.
On our back port steps here, we obviously have our shower. We have a whale hot and cold water shower, which is lovely when you come out from a swim. The step ladder to step up, very sexy design by Seawind, having it fold in underneath, clipped out of sight. I hate boats where they are just in the way all the time. It doesn't make any sense, they've just shortcutted. We've done a modification. We've installed additional lockers into the side where we typically keep our dive gear, and they're actually quite deep. They go back to about up here and down to here and quite down to about here.
Yeah, so great for fins.
Fins, masts, weight belts, we kept lots in there.
Yeah.
That was really it is a quite large storage locker. And we have a 8-person barefoot inflatable tender. So it is actually built for charter, so that's why it's so large.
And yellow.
And the yellow cover is what symbolises charter. But it's been a fantastic tender. It's just been durable and indestructible, and you have a newer motor because we upgraded from our little 9.8 to our 18 horse. So when we go diving, get a little bit more weight. We still get on the plane with 4
Yeah,
people.
because we normally have 4 people with dive gear, so it adds up. So, but as if you've seen our videos, it's taken us everywhere, which has been amazing.
Our dive tanks we kept on our rack just here. There's a couple of sliding jaws that the tank's clipped into. They were fantastic. Our tanks never moved in the 5 years that we sailed across the Pacific twice, around Australia. They just clipped in and stayed there, never had a time.
So they're called sea suckers.
Sea suckers.
So they were awesome.
Well, it's been our home for 5 years. We're very sad to be getting off it. I was very sentimental as we were counting down the days and our last sleep, but yes, we're here. It's now for sale, so it's time to go to a new home. So,
got new adventures coming, so hopefully she's got new adventures with new people to love her as much as we loved her.
Yeah.
And see where.
And then we'll announce in the next few weeks what we're up to. There is something planned, and we've been keeping quiet about it, so we'll let you know very soon.
Yep.